one more note about the 4th of July here. We so often play either Backing Up Terry or bootleg fireworks.
Right. Exhibit 1 and 1A.
Absolutely.
When you talk about Hall of Fame fireworks stories.
No question.
Yeah.
But there's a group of teenagers right here in our area that made headlines more than 20 years ago that I don't think gets the coverage it deserves when they tried to shoot a bottle rocket out of one of their young friends' anus. And
bottle rocket in the butt.
Bottle rocket in the butt.
That's right. We heard from one of these teens shortly after we first aired this audio, which as you said, is ages old.
Many years
This
ago.
shot on a camcorder.
Yeah, this was not even, you had no smartphones or anything. They had an internet because they put it up there. And their use of slow motion technology at the end is
pioneering.
Yeah, the editing they had back in that day.
Not since the ending of 2001: A Space Odyssey have I seen such art.
That's right. That's right. One young man got on his back and curled his knees up to his forehead, and they went with a bottle rocket.
Wait, more back. Like, you gotta get on your back, like that.
Let me put it in.
But get your legs up over your head. Somebody hold his legs back and somebody light it.
No,
Get his legs.
I want to see it.
I'll get his legs.
Chris Demm thinks that guy's the star of the show, by the way. I'll get his legs.
There's always one in the group.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay.
There's an instigator.
Yeah.
There's a facilitator.
Yeah.
There's a victim.
The victim, who was described to us on the phone as somewhat slow, who was like, okay, I'll do it. You know,
I'll pull my pants down.
I'll pull my pants down. Let's do it. They were all surprised.
I'm not lighting. Dude, it's an asshole. Don't hold it with your hand. Wait. Make sure it balances first.
That's great.
Pull your sack up so it sticks out.
Yeah.
There, like that.
That guy's really in
Instigator.
charge. Yeah, he's in charge.
Yeah, he's the planner.
Dude,
He's dirty.
your
He knows.
sack.
Yeah,
He knows what he's doing.
Lift your sack. Dude.
He's loving it.
He's an asshole. So what?
Yeah.
Get in there and do it. All he's doing is running camera.
Who's the sack lifter?
Good question. I don't think we taught.
Hopefully that's the launch pad himself.
Yeah. I think he was. I believe he was able to do that himself.
Okay.
It's red, man.
It's red.
Don't move.
Now they've lit it.
But it didn't go anywhere.
Now what you think is it's in the air, but it's still right there.
He clinched.
He clinched.
Way too hard.
He puckered.
So all the sparks were shooting on his butthole.
on his butt. That's right. And
But bottle rockets explode when they're in the air.
there it goes. Not in the air. On him. Now the slow motion technology comes into play. I'm sorry. This is a hidden gem. This should be played every 4th of July. Now, I want these things outlawed. I want these gone.
Now,
I say lift your sack.
How can we have them?
let me ask you this. These men, they're now men.
Oh, in their 40s now.
Yeah, they were teenagers then.
Correct.
They're men now.
Yeah.
Probably some are getting ready to have teenagers.
Yeah.
Would you admit to doing this to your children if somehow they found out?
No. I would show it to them every 4th of July, but blur the faces.
Is that Uncle Ray?
How could you tell?
Is that why his nickname is Sack?
Is that Meemaw's house?
Wait a minute.
Those Meemaw's curtains.
Because they did it in a driveway.
They did.
Right?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
and it was a one-off. I don't even think they weren't even celebrating 4th of July. It was
I
just,
agree.
It was like a random
They just found
Saturday.
the bottle
Yeah.
rocket.
Yeah.
That's right. This has to be shown in schools.
Yeah,
classrooms.
show it in schools.
This has to be
By
shown
the gym coach?
in classrooms. Yes, it needs
For
to be shown.
educational purposes.
Yes, we need to see this. This is terrible. Now, that brings us to a teenager who's being called a hero today. Heroes and Zeros, the segment, and he's from Ludlow, Massachusetts, but on vacation in New Hampshire. His name is Brady Procon, and he and his dad were out on jet skis in New Hampshire over the weekend. He's 17, and a boat got loose and was running around the lake completely on its own. Nobody in the boat.
No one on the boat?
No one was on the boat. Apparently, the guy on the boat was teaching someone how to fish or something about safety and leaned over and fell out of the boat.
Oops.
All right. And it just went crazy. And there's video of it. So
Chop your head off.
yeah. So Brady Procon, who's 17, was able to drive his jet ski near it, then dive himself onto it and stop the boat. He was the one who's being called a hero in all of this. And he did indeed stop that boat because he was afraid it would hit a dock and it would be trouble.
If it hit that dock, it would have ricocheted off and probably hit somebody's house or dock or people.
And he was afraid there was lots of people.
Stop the boat.
Yeah, he stopped the boat, baby.
Stop the boat, baby.
And he did. And then he said, everybody out there called me a hero.
They were calling me a hero and all this, all that. I don't know. I wouldn't say I was a hero. I think anybody would have done it if they had that opportunity to do it.
Impressive.
You're lake people, Kelly, now. Would you have made the jump?
No, I don't think I would be able to make the jump. To drive a jet ski next to an out-of-control boat and dive onto it.
That's very
dangerous.
Bruce Willisy, James Bond.
It is. I don't think I'd be.
It's dangerous just having those two vehicles right next to each other.
Mhm.
If that thing's just that boat's
Yeah,
spinning
boat was,
around,
boat was
crazy.
spinning around. I might have attempted it, but I don't think I'd be able to do it. I think what would wind up is me in the water and now an out-of-control jet ski and an out-of-control.
Well, now,
Flying around your head.
I've ridden a few jet skis, and I
They stop.
seem to recall that if once you're off, you're tethered to the key.
Mhm.
They call it the drop dead switch.
Yeah.
It's a
So
kill
when the
switch.
key comes out, the
That's
kill
smart.
switch,
That's
it
smart.
shuts off.
Yeah.
Boats have that too. I think some boats have that where if you're driving a boat, you're hooked to it. There's like a little cable that goes from your arm, your wrist when it comes undone,
It stops.
the engine stops.
That would be smart. to
I
have
think
something like
some
that.
boats have that. Maybe not all of them.
Patrick, you're talking about more information on this story. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning. He's right about the dead man switch. It's supposed to be everyone should have that while they're operating a boat. It would save a lot of stuff from like this happening. But this guy apparently was teaching some kids something about sailing or doing something with fishing, and someone's pole had swung around and smacked the throttle up, and while he was leaned over doing something, and that's what took the boat off, and that's what threw him off the boat.
Okay.
Ah.
That makes sense then. All right.
So many different things had to happen.
So he gets thrown into the water, and it's going at full speed. The video is incredible. I mean, it's all around the lake, but how about this teenager? That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was impressed. Thank you very much for clearing that up for us, Patrick. Appreciate that. There should be some sort of kill switch. I guess you're right. It just was a crazy
If
conflict.
nobody's on the boat, then the boat shouldn't be running.
Oh, yeah. But in this case, it was running, and that was that.
But some, I mean, depending on the size of the boat, right? I
And
mean,
the type of the boat. Yeah, I mean, if you're in a bass boat, a fishing boat, it's got the propeller on the
Little
back,
outboard.
little outboard thing.
Mhm.
It's not going to have that.
No,
Well, I mean, I
you-
guess it could, but
Doubtful, though.
yeah.
He's the hero. The zero is a bus driver. Well, you see if it's his fault. He left a 5-year-old on a bus for 5 hours. The 5-year-old child was going to summer school, and summer like a camp program, and was on the bus. This happened middle of last week. Danielle and Reynard Roll say the last 24 hours were a nightmare for her after their 5-year-old daughter was left on a school bus for 5.5 hours without their knowledge. She got no breakfast. She got no lunch. She was on the bus in the heat for 5 hours, and this took place in Louisiana. So you imagine how hot it is there.
Yeah.
So the parents, of course, were really upset and trying to get answers as to what happened. Apparently, the little girl fell asleep on the bus. The bus driver dropped off all the kids at the school, parked the bus, got off. That was that. Did not do a check to make sure everybody was off.
I thought that was a thing. The check.
Well, mom and dad say it should be.
She didn't get breakfast. She didn't get lunch. She was on that bus in this hot heat for 5 hours. She walked up and down the bus. She was telling us she started crying, and she stopped crying, and she started praying to Jesus for Jesus to help her.
The superintendent of the school district said, "We are aware of the situation."
Who found her?
When he got back on the bus to go pick up the kids at 12:30, she was on there. So the school's 7:30 to 12:30. So she was on the entire
lucky.
5 hours, and the bus driver went back, and there she was. And he's like, "Oh my goodness!"
So her camp counselors didn't take roll and say she wasn't, little girl's not there?
I bet they take roll, but if you're not there, you're just not there. They didn't call the house or anything.
Don't tell your mother.
Yes, if I were the bus driver, I would have said, "Oh,
Hey, you want some free ice cream?
Some ice cream?
Adventure day!
Oh, yeah.
It was an adventure.
Want to drive the bus?
What'd you make?
Yeah.
Where's your favorite place to eat?
We're going.
Oh man!
Just don't tell your mother.
So, are you supposed to do as a bus driver? You go back and forth.
I assume.
Yeah.
Make
But
sure.
You got to do a cross check.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Apparently, they called school officials. As soon as he found her, he called the school officials and said,
Yeah, I screwed up.
This is going to cost me my job.
I messed this up for sure. And there's video of her on the bus because there's video, and the parents say so far they've been not allowed to watch the video, but they want to see it.
Yeah.
The girl's okay, but she was scared,
Hell yeah.
and crying and hot. That was what happened. So they're blaming the bus driver at least as of
How long
now.
was she awake on the bus? Because you said she fell asleep.
Pretty quickly, I think.
Oh, really?
I think once it stopped.
So most of the time she was awake.
I think so, because she was walking up and down and all that. Certainly before he got back 12:30, 5 hours later.
Awful feeling.
And she couldn't get off. She's locked in it.
Yeah.
I wonder if she, at 5 years old, would be able to pull the windows down at least, or a window down.
They're not easy to open if
I
they've
know.
still got the same kind of windows with the little where you pinch your hell out of your fingers.
Yeah, I
and
know.
It's push
slide
two
them
things
down.
at once.
She could have gotten out that way.
Yeah.
But then what?
Yeah.
Then where she wander around the parking lot?
Walk to the street.
I would say
don't
stay
know.
in it just for the heat, just a little bit of relief. Take
Lucky.
the windows down. There's a Marlon Wayans story today. We talked about the Wayans show in Living Color about an hour ago. Oprah Winfrey's mad at it because 32 years ago they made fun of her.
Dang.
Rightfully so. She carries a grudge. The only person to carry a grudge longer than me
Yeah.
is Oprah Winfrey.
She is settling scores.
Mm-hmm. Now, Marlon Wayans says, look, I'm not a hero, but he's thanking everyone for reaching out after his home in Los Angeles was robbed last week. And he says, I want to thank everybody for their support and for reaching out. But the truth is, these robbers didn't get much.
I was burglarized. They didn't really get much because I don't own shit. There's the most valuable thing in my house is my house. So unless you're gonna put that shit on a truck and drag it away, then yeah, man, you did well. But I don't own shit. I don't wear jewelry. This is fake. This is just does my heart. It's a heart rate monitor. It's an aura. No necklaces. I don't have cash. I use credit cards. I'm the wrong to rob. Go down the block. There's a lot of flashy out there.
All right. If you find a flashy person. Now, he used a word we cannot use, and that's one that would get us, that would end my career and maybe my life. Biggie beeped it out properly.
Absolutely.
He said, there's a lot of flashy.
Well, if you live 2 doors down from Marlon,
Yeah.
are you a little upset?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, rob them.
Yeah.
They got money.
Rob them.
They got real jewelry.
I don't have anything. All he had was a mood ring. He said, this is my aura. And that was it. He's like, this is fake.
Are those
Means
worth
nothing.
anything?
He said not.
No.
He said,
That just counts your sleep and your heart rate,
That's
right?
what it was, a
I've
ring.
seen the ads,
That's
the
what it was.
auras, yeah.
That's what he's got. He said, this is aura. That's all it is.
It's just fake.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And he pulled down his shirt, like, ain't got no chains, ain't got no jewelry, nothing.
No cash.
What you getting?
It's pretty sad.
What you
Marlon.
getting, man? Don't call him a hero. He is.
He's keeping it real is what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. He's keeping it real. So
I
he's.
always think about that when I leave my car unlocked or if I leave the house unlocked accidentally. I'm like, you know what? There's nothing in there to get. Unless
Exactly.
you want to carry out some furniture. I don't
Exactly.
know.
I thought the exact.
There's no cash.
Sometimes I'll leave it unlocked and be like, well, I used to.
Oh, that car's no more, Dave. Thanks. Good job, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'm really upset by that. I'm really upset.
Do you lock the minivan?
Yeah.
Kelly?
Why?
Why?
Well, I've got a fob now. This is my first time I've had a fob in.
Oh, look at
minivan has a
you.
First
fob.
I've had a fob in 20
Welcome
years.
to the 90s.
So I've got.
Yeah.
I got a real good fob. And now this week I was able to combine the 2 keychains, and we had keys left over. I got an extra key now, and there's my fob. I'm excited.
Look at that.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
to
wow.
have it. I'm
I've got all the
excited to have
buttons on it.
it. Yeah.
What are those for?
Well, you can open a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah, except the beer bottle.
That's really nice. You see this guy, and you'd appreciate this, talking about opening a beer bottle. I think only Floridians could do this. There were about 5 guys on a boat in Florida, and one of them who leaned over the side of the boat, and an alligator came out of the water, bit into the beer can, causing 2 holes in the beer can. Then he handed it to his friend who shotgunned the beer.
That's so Florida.
That is
Epic.
it really is. I mean, all we have is the cheers of those. I can't even. They're just talking. There's the alligator. And here comes the chug. Bruh. At the end, he says, bruh. In the middle, he's like, send that to the founding fathers. It was on 4th of July.
Yes.
They did that. He leans over. An alligator literally comes up and bites the beer can. Beer starts spewing.
Not his hand.
Not his hand. Hands to friend. Friend chugs the beer.
Poor alligator didn't get anything.
Nothing. Nothing but a face full of aluminum.
Yeah.
Was all he got. Can you
Thought
believe
it was a turtle.
Yeah.
I didn't know turtle.
Nah. Probably hated it. Like, what in the world is this?
It's metallic taste in my mouth.
It's terrible. Here's your zero today. A traffic cop pulled over someone in Santa Rosa, California, weaving on the road and wearing a Jason from Friday the 13th hockey mask. That was apparently what was causing him to weave that, and he was under the influence. When the police officer got to the side of the car, the Jason masked driver said, "Pardon me, I'm nervous." The cop said, "I'm nervous too." 27-year-old Anthony Ephraim booked into the Sonoma County detention facility for reckless driving. And he had an illegal weapon in the car, too.
That'll do it.
Not a machete. A gun. But wearing the Jason mask at the same time.
Do you own either a Jason mask or a Michael Myers mask?
I have a Jason mask. But I haven't... It's been put away for a long time.
Oh.
But I have a great hockey mask, yeah, a Jason one. That is really cool. I should get the Michael Myers. That's even more iconic now, it seems, you know? Pretty cool, though. I hear there's talk of a revitalization of Friday the 13th. They're ending that legal dispute now, it seems.
Oh, yeah.
And
Money talks, baby.
And they're trying to bring Friday the 13th back for the first time in many years. One more zero today. A woman has been scammed by someone pretending to be Steve Perry of Journey.
Who pretends?
Yeah, well, here's what happened. Let me get this.
That Filipino guy.
Let me get this
pretending
story
to be
right.
Steve Perry for 10 years.
Yeah.
A 75-year-old woman and self-described big fan of Journey apparently was online and contacted online by someone who said, "I'm Steve Perry, the former lead singer of Journey."
Nice.
And she said, "Well, call me and prove it." And he called and sang "Oh, Sherry" well enough that she gave him $122,000 in wire transfers. She gave him, she's 75, and he called her numerous times and had contacted her online. She's such a fan of Journey. And he got $122,000 in gift cards, Bitcoin, wire transfers. Then, finally, he asked for pictures of her passport, driver's license. And she said, "You're not really Steve Perry, are you?" And he hung up. She called the police.
She was.
Ouch.
Come on.
She was fleeced.
Yeah. She was fleeced.
I guess I feel bad because she's probably lonely.
75.
Yeah.
Lonely.
Maybe cognitively impaired.
Yes, but you can be scammed now and be of full legal mind.
I don't know anyone like that.
No, there's something's got to be wrong with you.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Do you know, I have to say this.
The minute that you call me, you're just like, "You should have been gone." Oh, it's you. It's you. It's him.
I know.
Hey, you like Journey? Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess who I am?
Yeah. Telling the other ladies in the community, "Oh, you're just jealous."
Yeah. I'm with Steve Perry here. You wouldn't believe this, but I am Steve Perry. We have to save this story for after Put Up or Shut Up Rock and Roll Trivia, but I myself was a victim of a scam over the weekend.
Oh, not
the
Pine
weekend.
Straw.
No, not Pine Straw. Another one. My wife's getting mad. I keep getting scammed. Now she's finally like, "All right, enough already. That's it."
Joe Biden gets scammed less than you do.
I know. I look a lot like him. My mouth's halfway open all the time.
Why,
you
it's
want to
me,
be our
Billie
president?
Eilish.
Yes! Billie Eilish called me.
You need some Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I needed some Bitcoin. I gave it to her. What am I supposed to do?